Roughly 80 to 90% of people quit jiu-jitsu before they receive their blue belt. You know why? It's not the techniques, it's something else. If you're thinking about quitting right now, this video will probably change your mind. Reason number one, unrealistic expectations. Why do people quit? Well, if you come into the sport thinking you're gonna catch on quickly because you do another sport, for example, you're a runner or you lift weights, then you're quickly gonna get a reality check that is jiu-jitsu. Unless you have wrestling experience, then there's no easy way to get good fast. You just have to get thrown into the trenches and survive. The people who make it to blue belt are not the ones who train every day and maintain that for a month. It's the people who train consistently every single month. There are exceptions, but generally this is true for most. I have a teammate named Aaron who is a 47-year-old purple belt. I often hear him say, it's a marathon, not a sprint, to new people coming in to train, and he's right. For example, if you have a solid month of training, but you go way too hard, too soon, and accumulate multiple injuries over that month due to you not wanting to tap because you're being stubborn, then that's gonna lead to an injury. If that injury is severe enough to force you off the mat for the next 2 months, then that's gonna delay your journey and push your goal even further away on the timeline. As a result, it's gonna take you longer. At the end of the day, you do you, but I'm sure you're here because you want to actually get better and stay consistent so that way you can earn your blue belt. But what do I know? I just work here. Beginners tend to think that they should progress faster, tap less, or dominate after just a few months, but that's just not how things work in jiu-jitsu. You gotta reframe how you view your progress, okay? So instead of gauging your progress by how many submissions you get, focus on making fewer mistakes. How many sweeps did you get that day? How many rounds did you get in? How many times did you survive the whole round? Not how many black belts you submitted. Come into the sport willing to accept that you're not gonna be the best right away. Not right away, okay? Accept that you're gonna be learning a lot, especially during your first 6 months. Be prepared to tap when you are caught in a submission, which most likely will happen to you every single day. This method allows you to maximize your time on the mat and minimize your injury time. Obviously, if you're injured, you can't train for however long, and then that reduces the amount of time you're able to train for that month or for that year. Reason number two, injuries and overtraining. We're gonna count that together, okay? This is another reason why people quit. They train too hard too early or try to roll with upper belts way too hard as if it's their first competition and they just have to win in front of their family who's watching on the bench or their girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever it is, and you end up getting hurt. Listen, we all want to improve, we all want to learn, but if you keep injuring yourself because you're all drive and no skill, then guess what? That's less mat time for you and only you. It only affects you, okay? I'm not talking about if someone maybe in your gym was just a big jerk and super rough on you and it was their fault that they hurt you, okay? That's a little different. I'm talking about like it's consistently your fault because you're just trying way too hard without having any sense of technique. You can't just go 100% trying to steamroll everybody without understanding how to move your body through the space and also how to move your body while fighting another person. So how do you avoid injuries and overtraining? Well, good question. Use flow rolling, or as some like to call it, play rolling, all right? So I usually refer to it as flow rolling, okay? So in a way, this just means to not roll with 100% effort early on, okay? Flow rolling is a fantastic method to learn how to string together your techniques until eventually the goal is that you'll get to a point where you feel like you have a few different options from each of the main positions and past that, okay? It's not easy to learn how to flow roll in the beginning. You won't get it down for a long time, but once you get to that point and you can flow roll with a couple teammates that can help you out, you're gonna start really taking a step back from what is drawing your attention in the moment and really just being in a calm state of like what's going on overall with our balance, our weight, our body positioning, what are they susceptible to? Are they exposing their back that I wouldn't have noticed if I was just trying to submit them, trying to go 100%, you know? Stuff like that. You can train 2 to 3 days consistently early on And once your body begins to acclimate to that training, you may choose to train 4 or 5 days a week. Remember, this is just a guideline. I don't know your body, your physique, your stats, your training, your experience, none of that. So it's just a guideline. Tap early, tap often, okay? If someone catches you in an arm bar and you don't know any escapes, just be prepared to tap very soon, because waiting for someone to get tired when they have you in a fully locked in arm bar or any submission is just not a good strategy to try to wait it out until they're tired. They have a submission on you already. This will end in an injury, 100% guaranteed. No money back. So please do yourself a favor and always be ready to tap early enough to prevent injury, okay? You're not affecting anyone else by getting hurt except yourself. Lastly, you can build strength and mobility, okay? Starting off, you can train 2 times a week and go from there. The stronger your weapon will be. As lame as this sounds, your body is a machine that needs to be properly fed, trained, and maintained. If you don't do some sort of strength training, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Reason number 3, we're gonna talk about ego, okay? This is for the cows that come in thinking that after watching a few UFC fights that they know what they're doing, that you don't know them, they're crazy, they can drink a Monster and just see red if someone try to fight them, and they can't control themselves and they just magically win a fight. This has happened so many times at different jiu-jitsu gyms all across the country, and you can watch YouTube videos on how that turns out for people. You see bodybuilders, actually really big muscular bodybuilders come in trying to prove themselves, trying to feed their ego and saying they can beat anybody in the sport, and guess what? They get their ass beat, rightfully so. Why people quit? They can't handle losing to a smaller or newer person, or they tie their identity to winning. If this sounds like you, I'm gonna be the bearer of bad news and tell you, you're gonna quit within the month of starting. So how do you avoid it? In jiu-jitsu, we have a saying, you either win or you learn. Yeah, it's super corny, I get it, I know, blah, 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 but it's true. Every time you tap, flip your perspective from you're losing to you're learning and to getting more experience. This sport keeps you humble no matter what level you are, okay? Number 4, bad gym culture or a bad coach. Why people quit. Some gyms have a toxic environment, no structure, or unsafe training partners. Any and all of these can make people want to quit. How do you avoid it? Well, you stop training jiu-jitsu. I'm just kidding. The only way to avoid this is to find a new gym and make sure it meets your standards, okay? Have a checklist, you know? Off the top of my head, I can tell you should probably check their monthly fees, verify that they offer and maintain a safe training environment. You should also make sure that the coach is chill, you know, someone that you vibe with, whatever that might look like, and doesn't give cult leader vibes, you know? Everyone, what he says goes, and he controls anything and everything, and it just feels very culty, you know? If you're checking out a new gym and you look around and you notice that there's women training, then that's a good sign of a healthy gym, okay? Oh, and one more thing. Don't be a creep to the women in the gym, please. Don't be that guy. Every gym has its own personality. Some are strict, some are chill. Some demand that you arrive on time or not at all, and others allow for students to arrive whenever they please. One does not allow cross-training with other gyms, while the other encourages it. Both are fine, but neither gym is for everyone. Choose a gym that has a good culture that you vibe with. This matters in the long run. If you feel like it's not a space where you can make friends, ask questions, learn from those around you, then maybe look into another gym in your city. Hopefully you have more than one. The town I live in, Merced, is very small. When I started, we had one gym, and now we have probably 6 gyms, jiu-jitsu gyms in Merced alone, which is great. Final reason number 5, life gets in the way. This isn't anyone's fault. It's out of your control most of the time, but sometimes just life gets in the way. Jiu-jitsu is a lifelong sport, so you can experience the ups and downs that you experience throughout life. Work schedules change, people have kids, sometimes injuries not related to training happen, you get in a car accident. So how do you avoid this? Well, avoiding it is probably impossible, but I would say, how do you work around this? So if you're at a point where you can't train because you're injured, or you don't have time to go to the gym because of change of work schedule, then I would recommend that you watch videos on YouTube, you buy instructionals from high-level black belts that you really resonate with their techniques, watch YouTube videos of people competing, buy instructionals online for techniques you want to improve on, or if you're injured and you can still make it to the gym, then that matters a lot too. Definitely go to the gym, go hang out with your friends, your coach, be supportive, learn, observe and learn and memorize, okay? So to summarize, stay consistent, don't compare timelines, stick with it long enough to love it, tap early and often, and lastly, just have fun, okay? If you want to see more content like this, then don't forget to subscribe and check out my other videos. I'm a professional videographer who gets hired to film jiu-jitsu tournaments and super fights. So if you have any questions or any video requests, then leave a comment down below. Please, please, please do me a favor, subscribe, watch my other videos, help support a small creator. I appreciate you so much. I'll remember you if you comment. See you on the next video.